Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of our South Africa adventure, where we'll spend our last day at the Kgalagadi Transfontier Park. Again, a big thank you to our friend Ellis Moldenijk for her contributions. In the last episode, I left you with two questions. Will the Springboks pronk, and will we see the famous black-maned lions of the Kalahari? We'll answer the lions question later, but yes, the Springboks indeed did pronk. Now let's get started on our day. We're going back into Kgalagadi National Park for another day of game drive. The sun is up and we're all doing good. This is reception, where you check in upon arrival here at this south entrance to the park. We had a great game drive last night and yesterday, and I'm sure we'll see some more cool things today. We are hoping to maybe see some lions. And here is reception. Reception has all the typical South Africa National Park services for lodging and tours, but also it's the immigration control for both Botswana and South Africa. If you plan to leave or enter the park from a Botswana gate, you must clear immigration here. Chilly morning. It gets really cold at night, but it should get up fairly warm. I think it's going to get up to 30 centigrade today. Right off the bat, we run into our cheetah pals again. And I notice how strikingly similar their build is to that of a greyhound. While our sighting with these magnificent animals is very brief, it does raise the anticipation of all the wonderful things we will see today. We're pleased to get a better than average sighting of this lovely steenbok. Steenbok is a small antelope common in southern and eastern Africa. Notice the beautiful dark eyes and the sharp pointy horns. It's a small antelope that likes to browse along the ground but also digs for tubers and roots. We're driving up the dry riverbed of the Aube River, said to flow about once every century. But thanks to seasonal rainfall and underground water, the abundant wildlife here thrives. Notice the reddish-pink shins on this male ostrich. This is a good sign that he is ready to mate. These flightless birds that can easily outrun a man are native only to Africa. However, there are feral populations that have escaped captivity in Australia. Since one is only allowed to get out of the vehicle at a rest stop, everybody is thrilled to see this nice picnic spot where we can actually get out, use the facilities, and have our picnic lunch. Thankfully, Jeremy has again brought along a full complement of tuna fish and buns and tomatoes and fruit and juice and things, so we all hungrily jump in and start creating our lunch. After lunch, we make a quick stop at this developed waterhole and are entertained by the Namakwa doves that play in the water and come and go. Not long after lunch, we hit a particularly sandy spot in the road. And the one thing about this, when you're driving, you just have to keep barreling through, because if one vehicle slows down or stops or gets stuck, then everybody gets stuck. So we spent a fun half hour here helping push everybody around, pushing our own vehicle out and getting out of this sandy wash. It was quite entertaining. One of the reasons we took this route is we'd heard there were some giraffes up this way, but I'm afraid this is the only giraffe we saw. Jackal, black-backed jackal sitting here next to a giraffe carcass. As we continue heading up the dry riverbed, The parade of wildlife and beautiful birds continues. The main reason all these animals like to travel together is because together they form an effective early warning system against predators.
Well, there he goes pronking. See,
he's pronking.
That's pronking there.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Springbok often go into bouts of repeated high leaps of up to 2 meters in the air, a practice known as pronking, which is an Afrikaans word meaning to show off. In this, the springbok performs multiple leaps in the air in a stiff-legged posture. This shows off his strength to attract a mate or to ward off predators. We enjoy a rather close-up sighting with a pair of interesting black-backed jackals, which to me looked a lot like the American coyote. These animals prey on small and medium-sized mammals and rodents, but are also known to scavenge on larger prey, left by larger carnivores or from natural causes. And finally, we see a secretary bird, often on the top list of first-time visitors to the African continent. This terrestrial hunter is often seen in pairs. Its common name is thought to be derived from a secretary with quill pens stuck behind their ears, as was once a common practice. A more recent hypothesis is that secretary is borrowed from a French corruption of the Arabic sagre et terre, or hunter bird. That afternoon, as we head back, we see an ostrich in a tree, a clue that there are leopards in the area. But unfortunately, we don't see any leopards, nor do we see the famous black maned lions of the Kalahari before heading back to camp for a cold one on the porch. On the evening game drive, the group is treated by some exceptional sightings with these lovely cheetahs. But then there's a quick look at this really interesting spring hare hopping along, almost like a kangaroo. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and please come back next week as we travel down into the Greater Karoo.